jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Once again, you tuned in to World Combat Sports. What is good with it? I'm not going to be on here long. I have to just, since I was kicked off and didn't get a chance to voice my OP, you know what I do? I had to fire up my own shit and make it clear to the feeble listeners that's believing that. Give me one moment. If you're in the building, hit the like button. So, anybody who know me, man, what's good? Don't hesitate to let me drop the link in there because I know people. I know people scared to come over here. I know that for a fact. Hey, listen. So unlike a lot of cats on this this social media platform, that won't sit up here and speak up about certain shit. I'm that guy that they know damn well, I'm gonna talk my shit regardless, and they can't come up here with a little small broom in their hand and think they just gonna sweep up a lot of dust, and I'm gonna start coughing and shit. So I just decided, since the fight tomorrow, to go over there and fuck around on the Sci-Fi channel. They call it the Graveyard, but it's the Sci-Fi Network. Now listen, regardless of what he did, I don't have no personal beef with none of these cats, dog. But I expect more out of you, BFTV. I expect more. You knew I had to come over there sooner or later, since we getting closer to the fight. You knew I had to pull up, and you muted me and kicked me out. Damn, I didn't even get a chance to really say what I wanted to say. Now, the point was, I just wanted to bet some change on a fight that they're not sure is going to happen. And that's a fight between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Anyone who know me, know who I'm rolling with, who I'm siding with, who I favor. All right. And, BF can, support who he wants to. It's all good. I have no problem with that. And really, the shit he do over there, I don't have no problem with it. It's not personal to me. Regardless of how he act and screaming and all emotional, it's funny. It's hilarious to me. It's comedic at best. You know what I'm saying? But he kicked me off his page for the simple fact he was saying, because I said, hey, I came over there to talk about Crawford, but I wanted to bet some money on it. He's saying he's betting thousands on a fight that he don't know this happening. He's saying that, contrary to his first prediction that Errol Spence was going to stop Ugas in the 11th, now it's the 9th round, or whatever the case may be. But I just went over there and made a small bet to which I thought that was fair, because I don't consider these cats certain to bet high dollar stakes and own up to their bets. Now, I don't know what grown men do in their company, but me as a grown man, if I have a bet with somebody, right? This is how it goes down. That bet is between me and that person. Now we all know what happened when Michael Williams stepped in there, and he lost the fight against Bowser. We already know what happened. That's old news. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that I had a bet with Kano took to social media. Well, I was still in the MSG working. I was still at the MSG, still putting shit, talking on social media. So I allowed him to get it out. In the process, his pops came back on the live, senior, and I didn't even know he did it. But he went in there. He said, "That's my bro. I pay half of the bet because I didn't know he betted on my son. So I'll take half of the bet." BFTV acting like I couldn't pay the bet. Seriously? This shit is, come on, dog. Your audience got to be smarter than that. I know damn well me and you in the IT business, bro. Me and you do the IT shit. So it has to be some level of intelligence there, right? But he told his audience when he kicked me out that I don't pay my bets. When in fact, I paid the $50 when Connell shut the fuck up. That's all. I paid him his money. That's all. Now, for you to sit up here and believe a person that can come on live at any time of the day, but yet I can't pay $100 bet. That's what family do, bro. I've been rolling with Teen Williams for quite some time. He went up there and paid that bet, and then he told me about it. He paid half of my bet because I betted on his son. He did it out of the kindness of his heart. He didn't do it because he had to do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you all, I know you're jealous, and any chance you get, you want to downplay Teen Williams Jr. You want to say what you want to say. But listen, bro, I know and you're not putting thousands of dollars on the bet between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. You're up here capping to the fans, BFTV, that you're saying that Errol Spence will have an easier fight with Terrence Crawford. Bro, if you don't stop the cap, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of what BFTV does, man, he has his level of media reporting to his audience. Like I say, this is social media shit. I don't take this shit any more than that. You know what I'm saying? I tune into his shit periodically. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan. I tune in every now and then. But I just want to make it clear since I went on the panel, and they always talking about people don't want to pull up for the smoke. They don't want to click the link. But them same cats will not pull up on my avenue and give me the opportunity to have the mute button. Because the last time that shit happened, I gave them a taste of their own medicine and they didn't like it. I don't even like muting or kicking people and put them in the background. But this all these other cats do is put people in the background, kick them off the channel. Because I'm not gonna sit there and listen to the sci-fi shit. You capping just because I made a $500 bet on Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. You say it was small, and you say I can't pay my bets. You make it seem as if Michael Williams Sr. had to pay $100 bet, bruh. Obviously, you don't know, dog. Come on, bro. Let's not start going there about who can't pay what, bro. You need to chill. Come on now. I know you're good with saving files and shit. I know you're good with that. But stop capping. Talking about you have thousands that Terrence Crawford will lose to Errol Spence. Come on, stop it. You knew sooner or later I was gonna be over in your part of the sci-fi network. Come on, BFTV. You knew it. You knew it. It was only a matter of time. And you didn't even give me a good solid 3 minutes, bro. A 3 minutes, shout it. Give me 3 minutes. And you telling your audience I can't pay $100 bet, man. Stop it. Stop it, man. Stop it, man. You're telling your audience that if Errol Spence beat Udenis Ugas, he would have an easier time with Bud. Man, stop it. Man, if any one of y'all believe that shit talk, Man, you should be having a tearjerker right now, man. Y'all don't believe that shit, bro. Nobody, I know no one in my chat believes that shit. A lot of people don't even believe that this is nothing less than a 50-50 fight tomorrow night. But I was just putting up a soft bet because I already had several people didn't pay me and they stay down here. They didn't even pay up on the best. I'm like, oh man, whatever. So how we talking about not paying bets? Who have I not paid? Your bosom buddy? Your ace? He was paid, bro. My brother, the fam, went back on Kano's shit and did that without me even knowing. Because that's what family do. I didn't ask him to do it. But you obviously have not gotten the background. Me not being able to pay $100 bet. Come on, BFTB. Stop telling lies. Stop capping, dog. That shit is too funny, dog. Stop capping. Andrew Charles on deck. What's good with it? Jay Ocho on deck. What's good? So, I just took the time to go support the brother, BFTB. And I went over there to talk boxing. And I told him he was capping, saying that Errol Spence, he said Errol Spence would beat Yordenis Ugas and even have an easier time beating Bud Crawford. And I say, man, stop it, man. Let's bet on this shit. He said, I'm not going to bet you because you renege on your bets. So all I'm doing is informing my people. Though Michael Williams Sr. did pay half of my bet, it wasn't compliance in the matter for which he was stating it. It was absolutely false in what he was saying. He was trying to pretend that I couldn't pay $100 bet, dog. And that is hilarious. He just went over there and did it because we family. He didn't know I betted on Mike to beat Bowser. He didn't know me and Kano had a separate bet. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know that. So when he found out about it and he saw this shit all on social media, what he do? He showed up back over to Kano's social media and he paid half of my bet. If I couldn't pay the bet, why didn't he pay all of it? You know what I'm saying? Why he didn't pay all of it? Come on. Let's stop sitting up here fooling the crowd, bro. One thing y'all have to understand, these cats will always sit comfortably in their own domain, but they will not come over here and sit in mine because they know that they're not going to be able to do the same shit. I don't have to yell and scream to get my shit across. Like I said before, shout out to both of them cats. Shout out to Kano and BF. I mean, that shit, man, I think very little of it. But when it's all said and done, I don't take shit to social media. If I owe somebody, I don't go on social media asking the public, oh, I want this so-and-so going to pay my bet. I mean, come on. In your 50s? No, bro. That shit, not the people I know. That just don't happen like that. And then for another man to always speak about somebody else getting into the business of other grown men and talk about dick riding and nut riding and all this other shit. It's awful funny that I never brought the bet up, but you're talking about grown man business. Like you're talking about a measly. You complain about me betting 500 on Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, which is a soft bet because y'all niggas don't pay up. But yet you sitting up here complaining about you don't want to bet me because you believe that I didn't pay $100 bet. How does that sound? That doesn't make any sense at all. You get half of the story, and then you jump in the live chat of somebody else's way back when, several weeks ago, and you say, pay Kano. I was like, why is another grown man like this is some BFF type shit? Like, dude, it's a simple ass bet. It's a measly $100 bet, dog. Jesus Christ. what we got going on here, dog? Oh my god, dog. What do we got with this shit, dog? I guess I'm from the old school, man. Like you handle it. I think I think Mitch. Didn't we have a bet long time ago? No, 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 no. Yeah, I did have a bet with you a while ago, or it might have been Michael Johnson boxing talk. Anyway, I was just getting on here so y'all won't believe the buffoonery, bro. Come on, this social media shit, man, for real. I take that shit like elevator music, for real. It's not that serious to me. I don't care how loud you yell and scream. I don't care about none of that, man. It's nothing. It's just comes down to a point where I still ask myself, why am I not seeing more Errol Spence media outlets at this fight in Texas? Why am I not seeing media videos, content being created if y'all support the man so much? Forget what you talking about bets. You're saying you have thousands on a fight that you don't even have no idea that's going to happen. You say you have thousands on Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. No one knows if that's going to happen or not. Look, even if Errol Spence defeat Urdinas Ugas, you don't know if it's going to happen. Come on, BF, you know better than that. I'm not that dude, man. I'm not the one to go around here every time and you know tell falsicities and shit, betray the audience. You know damn well that's a lie, bro. That shit is hilarious, man. I can't pay $100 bet, dog. Did you see what I won? Did you see what I won? Should I bring that up against Edgar Berlanga going the distance? Did you see? Y'all remember what I won off that bet? Y'all remember what I won off that bet, right? What's going on, Sir Senior? Sir Senior, you hear me or not, man? I don't know who that is. Let me see. No, I ain't block you. If you say who you are, put your camera on, man. Why would I block you, bro? Put your camera on. Put your camera on there, Senior. Because if you block, it's from another account. I didn't block you, bro. Why would I block you? For what? Anyway, hey, just drop back in when you get it. I don't think Spence versus Uga is a 50-50 fight. I got Spence whooping him. Hey, Mitch, we've been through this before, man. We've been through this. You don't believe that? In your heart of that heart in a heart, you don't believe that shit. You don't believe Spence is gonna whoop him. Whooping seems to be the word of choice. All right, just to blanket your insecurities and lack of confidence on this fight. I get it, bro. I get it. I'm not trying to be your counselor on this Friday, but you know tomorrow night is a 50-50 fight. You know that, Mitch. I got anything $500 or under on Spence. Listen there, IB. When the fight is made, I just went over there to BFTV just to bet him with a soft bet because I knew he wasn't going to take it. Because he said that Errol Spence would have an easier time with Bud Crawford than he would get Titus Lucas. Oh my God, that is hilarious. Oh my God, bro, you have no idea how Terrence Crawford is going to stump. He's going to step on Errol Spence so bad, bro. And then it's going to be, oh, well, he suffered this in the Ugas fight. He wasn't 100%. I mean, it happens in boxing sometime. You know, Ali said even the greatest got to suffer sometime. Oh, it's going to be some of the most weirdest shit you ever heard if that fight go down. Come on, bro. Y'all already know what's going down when if Terrence Crawford get that fight. They saying the man scared to come up to the arena. Y'all know I was coming sooner or later. You knew I was coming. My boy Michael Williams got a fight tomorrow, man. I was supposed to be talking about his shit. But yet I got people up here lying, talking about his pops had to pay half of $100 bet, which is a lie. He did it as a brother, man. I didn't know he did it. He told me after the fact, and I told him appreciate it. I mean, that's not the first time we did for one another. You know what I'm saying? I support the team. I am on the team, man. Like, what do you expect? I know that's what y'all mad at. Y'all jealous of that, but that's what it is, man. We family at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's what family do. But don't mistaken. Don't sit up here and say I couldn't pay the $100 bet. Now, come on. Let's hold up for a second. Senior, can you hear me, bro? Your mic is muted. Hold on for a second. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, bro?
What's good, man? Why would I block you, bro? Why would I
Oh
block you?
no,
I have no
I
reason.
was
I
sitting
have
here.
no reason to block you, dog.
I was making sure it's all love. I had to prove it to my wife because
What?
I was having a similar situation as what you having right now, where like for no reason, um, people in the we'll call it the black boxing community, you try to keep it real with them, and they keep it real fake.
All I can see is
And
it's a quick access out of the
so
building. They kick you out.
I was proving that you're different than other people. But she was like, "Dang, I can't see your comments in the chat." I was like, "Well, I'm not
What?
blocked, but I'm gonna pull up just to salute the brother and this song."
Hey, put another comment in the chat, man. I don't know why I'm not seeing your comments, bro. Why wouldn't I be able to see your comments? Hold on. We're gonna figure this out right quick. Hold on.
Well, that's how I was showing her it's all love. And you ain't like some of the other people.
Bro, I'm about to check something out because why would you be blocked though? Let me see. Okay, hidden users. There's no way you would be blocked under your Sir Senior. If you came in on a different account, that's on you. But I never block what you came in here with right now, and I don't see you at all in my hidden users. I don't see you blocked at all. Nope. Negative. No, bro. Have you dropped another comment in there, man?
Nah, that's under this one, bro.
Have you dropped another comment recently? Because I got your private chat. Like I seen you in the private chat, but drop a comment in the live chat, bro. And then you know what? Hold up. Let me check one other thing. You should
Well,
have
I'm
a
about
wrench.
to
So
type something else in the chat. Give me 1 second.
I don't see you in here at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't see you leaving no comment in here at all, bro. I could have sworn you was a wrench.
Yeah, I'm about to drop something now. My signal kind of funny. I'm out
Man, that
here. I
might be your
just
dial-up connection, bro.
all right, I got you.
Hey, Jason Williams in the building. What's good? Peace to you, bro. Miss said, come at a wild boy talking about insecurity. We got 50 on it. You insecure. You ain't want to bet more Ugas. Hey, what I tell you about that, Mitch? I said, I'm not here to support Ugas. I'm just betting just to make it fun. You know what I'm saying? A recreational on this bitch. That's it. I'm not really going in hard on this Ugas and Errol Spence fight. No, no, no. No, the fight I want to go in on is Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. I'm not supporting the charity work of Yadina's Ugas in this fight. No, that's not what I'm doing, Mitch. You know what it is. Now I know IB bet. I know he good. I know IB good for his bets. So I'm definitely gonna touch bases with IB if that fight is made. And then, Mitch, you and I can bet, on this fight. No doubt. No doubt we can. I'm talking about if Errol Spence makes it out of Udina's Ugas tomorrow night. Have you dropped anything yet there, Senior?
Yeah, I said, salute, bro, and I said I don't have a wrench, and I don't see it. My wife said she don't see it on
What?
hers
Nah,
or
man,
nothing.
you had, bro. I'm telling you, had to come in under a different name, dog. Dog, man, let me check again. Let me go, dog. Because when I block people for trolling and shit, if you came in on a different name, that's the only thing I can tell you. I don't know if you came in on a different name or what. Let me
Nah, it's
see.
senior, man.
Sir Seeing. I'm out the screen share shit, dog. You're not in my hidden users, bro. You're not in my hidden users. Let me see. I see nothing on your title, bro. Let me see. Let me keep going. Cause there's a lot of motherfuckers blocked in here. You got a lot of trolls and shit. Let me see. Man, while I'm doing this, go ahead and talk your shit, bro. While you on here, man, so it won't be just be silent while I'm searching for this shit.
Yeah, but that happens a lot, bro. Like it'll be a lot of people will find ways to get out of it. Like, for example, I don't bet because I feel that's against my religion. So they'll use that excuses. Oh, you don't believe in Bud. You don't believe in what you're talking about. Man, I don't have to bet to show that I believe what I'm talking about, but they don't pay their bets anyway. Like they don't pay their
Correct.
bets anyway. They don't pay their bets. So many people, like, you know what I'm saying? A couple of the homies bet on Bud, they still ain't got their money.
Correct.
It's
I
a
I, I absolutely agree with you on that.
like it's one of the other brothers, you know what I'm saying, an older cat, you know, who made a bet and he lost the bet, but the dude didn't put his money up, but then still wanted to get paid.
Yeah, man. I had a dude that's down here where I'm at bet me. And then be on the live. I say, man, where my money at? And he's like, man, I ain't studying that. I say, oh, hi, hi. And a couple other cats. You're right. They don't be paying their bets, bro. They don't be
Yo,
paying their bets, man.
but they want you to pay. They want you to pay immediately. No, send my money right now. Send my money right now. See, you capping. No, but you don't ever pay damn bet and you'll lose all the time. Be lying all the time. Get sent they IG, send it to their IG, show them that, hey, well, this was the bet. You ain't pay it. You know what I'm saying? You capping. But they want you to pay on the smallest bets. But they say, I bet thousands. I bet 500,000. They probably ain't never even seen 500,000 in real life.
Hey, drop another comment, man. Drop another comment right quick. Cause you shouldn't be blocked. I had no reason to block you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's strange. You know what I'm saying? I had no reason to block you for what? We ain't never had no argument.
Yeah, I put salute in the chat.
There you go, right there. I wanted one of my wrenches block you. I didn't block you.
Yeah, they probably did because
I
I'll
think
be
one of my
going in on
wrenches
them.
blocked you, man, on some hating ass shit. They were supporting Bud. I gotta check Mitch history and see if he blocked you. Mitch might have blocked you on the slide, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Probably did.
Damn, dog. So you good now? Shit, it took me a while to. You good now? But go ahead, man. Like I was saying, it's just being at the fight. I was gonna go over to the Sci-Fi Channel and and talk some shit. But of course, I already knew what I was in for. But I heard him say before that Errol Spence will defeat Udenis Ugas in 11, and then it went to 10, then to 9. He gonna stop him in the ninth round now, and then he would have an easier time fighting Bud Crawford and whooping his ass. I was like, man, come on, bro. You don't believe none of that. You don't believe Errol Spence gonna have an easy time that he had with Ugas. Come on, when he fight Bud, dude, nobody's believing that.
Yeah, we was literally eating pancakes this morning, and I was talking about that with my wife and my little girl. Cause like I'll be showing them, the fights, and they be seeing me go in on the chats and stuff. And I was like, look at this dude. They just say anything on the internet. We was just talking about that this morning. It's crazy you turn around and had this live.
Yeah, man, I don't even do lives like that. The only rebuttals I even had, at that time was, very minimal people. But at this particular subject right here, I see you over there. I see you going hard, on when it comes to Bud Crawford. And then no, I go just the same, right? But it's just a point where I put a soft bet out there for the simple fact of what you saying. The simple fact of what we know. These cats don't be paying their bets, dog. So I said, okay, let's bet 500. He said, I don't pay my bets off a bet that had nothing to do with him. So he said, he's not going to bet me because I couldn't pay $100 when I bet on Michael Williams Jr., which is absolutely false, dog. It's false. But I put a soft bet out there for Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. And he said he's not gonna bet me because I don't pay my bets. Come on, man. That's cap.
Nah, he's scared. He's scared. That's why. Let's keep it real. He's scared.
Let me show you a bet that I won off Belanga. Let me pull up this bet right quick. They love pulling up receipts, right? Check this out. Let me find this damn pick, man. God damn it. Let me find this pick. You can go ahead. Keep on cooking, bro.
Yeah. That's why I say, man, most of these dudes be fake out here, man. I don't even really rock with a lot of people like that no more because they fake. They don't keep bets. They don't keep their word, and they'll come and hit you in your IG and be like, "Pull up to the show. I need controversy. I need somebody on the other side to everybody else."
They do you like that too? Oh,
Yeah, they be
wow.
like, "Pull up on the show.
Damn.
Everybody else scared, and I know you're a diehard Bud fan, but you know your stuff. I
Wow.
respect you loving Bud. Then pull up on the show and try to mock you, and then you start cooking too much, and then they try to change the narrative.
I'll put you on mute and kick you out, bro. Come on,
Yeah,
now.
put you on
How's
mute and
that
kick you
smoke?
out.
How's that
Be like,
smoke? That's
oh,
not
you didn't
smoke.
want the smoke. He left. I'll be like, man, don't make me see in the screenshot. Be like, no, that's the dude, Sir Singh. I respect him though.
Why if it's respect, why kick us out? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If it's respect, if it's the graveyard, why kick me out of the graveyard? Let me go frolic around and fuck up some souls in that. Come on, man. Let me have some fun. Shit.
Exactly. Let me at the donkey. You want to at the donkey?
Yeah.
Let me at the donkey a little bit.
Let me buck a little bit. You want a jackass? Let me goddamn fuck off for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
But yeah,
Damn, dog.
but they gotta push a narrative, man. You gotta think about it is if they don't get to say Bud name, what is their content? They'll have a fight going on like this weekend, and they'll talk more about Bud than they'll talk about the fight. So if they can't say Bud name, then they have no content. So if you start killing that, it's trash. It's trash. So they were like, nah, he messing up my money. I gotta get him out of here.
Yeah, there you go. Messing up the money because I don't support this. I don't sit up here and live off this YouTube stuff. Real talk. But some people do. It's all good. Get it how you live. I ain't mad at you. Get it how you live, but don't sit up here and say I can't pay $100 bet, dog. Come on now.
Yeah,
That's
I think
hilarious.
that's disingenuous, especially when it's 5 people blatantly who have never paid their bets. And if
True.
anybody want to check me, I'll drop the name. I ain't snitching, but you know what I'm saying. I'll tell a little bit.
He said he'll tell a little bit, dog. I ain't
I
snitching, but I'll
I
tell
ain't
a little
snitching,
bit.
but I'll definitely be a rebuttal witness. You feel me?
For real, goddamn it. Shit. Hey, sometimes they have to be that, man. These cats don't be paying, but they trying to act like you can't pay a bet, man. Come on, bro. Stop it. This shit is
Yeah,
this shit.
they gotta find a way to scare you away from betting them, because if you put it out on his channel, then he records those. Everybody stamp those. He know the haters will make like 17 videos on that.
It's cool. I mean, I don't do this shit for views. I don't care how many videos they make. All I'm saying is, if you're talking about Errol Spence will have an easier time defeating Terrence Crawford, then what should the amount matter? Come on, man.
Yeah,
Money is money at the end of the day, man. Like, you're not gonna take any bet saying you betting thousands and the fight hadn't even came to fruition. That's contradicting in itself.
but I
And then
mean, he already know that he gonna have to send the boy EJ respect to the big fish, even though he said he wanted the big fish. But people ain't catching those receipts where EJ is not saying he the big fish. It's a bunch of big fish now. Now that it's
yeah,
closer and closer to the Bud fight, oh, it's a bunch of big fish. It's a
uh-huh.
bunch of big fish. Before he was the only big fish. He was the killer whale. Ain't nothing like him. He an apex predator. But now all of a
Hmm.
sudden there's a bunch of big fish. He's one of them. And even EJ said he's more big fish than he is man down.
Correct. You're right.
So if we talking about, let's take it from the horse's mouth. I mean, he's spitting hay.
Hmm.
I ain't man down nobody in a while. He said 3 times, 3 different interviews.
That's from his mouth, and he was laughing about it. You know what I'm saying? But
Is
we come over here and say some shit like that, we making it up. We making it up. Nah, man, it was public record. It was on the presser, bro. He said it at the presser, bro.
Yeah, he said in almost each one of his last interviews. So that's
Yep.
my thing is, I'm not a EJ hater. Actually, in the ones in those chats where they just hate on black fighters, I go hard for EJ, to be honest. But I go harder for Bud because I respect the man in and outside of the ring. It's not just because his birthday a day before mine. It's because he's the best fighter and he keeps it real. And everybody had all this to say about Bud. Oh, he doing ugly work outside of the ring. He moving his career funny. It seemed like he was the one who's really handling his business. He waited till his
Absolutely.
contract was up, and then he sued the man who was doing him wrong.
Seemed like a
That's
smart
what
business move to me.
exactly. Because why would you sue a man while he's your promoter? You'll never fight then.
You'll never.
So
So you get the
that's
fight
my
out the
thing.
way. You get the last fight out the way. You fulfill the quota, you know what I'm saying, contractually. And you step outside the bounds and do what you have to do. Now, I don't get into that stuff. That's something I'm not getting into. Him suing and all that stuff, because I really rock with Top Rank. I rock with Top Rank heavy, and they treated me nothing but good, excelente. You know what I'm saying? I love covering fights over there at Top Rank. But at the end of the day, I totally agree with you saying. Like, it's a lot that Errol Spencer said at the presser that he ain't been man down in a while. So if he's declaring that he ain't been man down, then why are y'all still acting like you have so much confidence that he's gonna go in here and knock out your Dennis Ugas? First of all,
That's what I'm
y'all don't
saying.
believe that.
Ugas has never been
He never
knocked
been
out.
stopped. He got 3 split decision losses and 1 UD. And they up here thinking that Errol Spence is gonna be the one to go in there and stop him. Come on now, stop it.
It doesn't make sense. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm saying the likelihood of that is the likelihood of me hitting the lottery, and I don't play the lottery.
Yeah, we never say we'll never look at it like it's impossible. We just saying that Dennis Ugas has never been stopped. That's all we saying. We're looking at it from the outside looking in as boxing astutes, aficionados, or whatever, and we pretty much understand that when it comes to boxing, sometimes anything can happen. Sometimes a punch can change the fight. Sometimes a fighter can be injured and don't let anybody know about it, and they go out different than what we originally imagined. But Yadina Sugas looked great at the weigh-in. Errol Spence looked great. It should be a good fight. I just don't want to hear no excuses, man. At the end of the day, when they don't get what they want a knockout, bro. They want a knockout to sell the fight. So Errol Spence can go in there with Terrence Crawford and have some, some genuine support that Terrence Crawford ain't gonna change this man's life. You know what I'm saying? They want something else to build off on. And right now, your Dennis Ugas is that. Okay, let's say Errol Spence get the third belt. They're gonna hold the belts. They're gonna be parading around the narratives with the belts. Then reality gonna set in. Because they was telling Bud to come to PBC. Bud say he ain't signed no damn contract until he say Errol Spence's name or something like that, right? So
Yep.
it is what it is, man. They have to come and get this last belt, which that's a gate that they're not trying to cross, bro. Period.
And they're acting like him getting this last belt makes him Ali. How?
Don't make him nothing but
How?
unified.
Finally, he got his third belt in his whole career when he's been in the same weight class his whole career. He fought this weight class in the amateurs.
Yep.
That's great to get. Lots of people don't get a belt, but he's getting his third belt if he beats Ugas. And they setting it up so automatically he beats Ugas. Because even if you see the promotions, like even my wife pointed that out, where she saw that they said Errol Spence is a unified, undefeated champion, and Ugas is a title holder. And she was like, isn't a title holder mean that you're a champion? I was like, yeah, babe, it does mean you're a champion. He a champion too. He just not undefeated.
True.
So even the promotion of this is crazy. It's set up for EJ. So Ugas is going to have to get a knockout or a dramatic, win of just dragging EJ to even get this fight. I think I'm not saying the fix is in. I'm just saying somebody got their finger on the scale.
Hey Mitch, my bad, bro. I was looking at this bet that I made on Edgar Berlanga. I'm trying to find the screenshot. How you feel, bro?
It's all good. What's up with it? What's happening, Combat?
I'm chilling, man. I didn't hear you. Usually I get like a little beep or something like that you popped up in the background or whatever. Yeah, that's my bad, man.
It's all good. I just, I just come to clear my name from the smut y'all trying to put on me.
What
I don't know what
that,
the fuck going on. What the fuck? I look like blocking some nigga. I ain't blocking no fucking body, especially Sir Caesar.
Oh no, I was fucking with you, dog. I was fucking with you, bro.
So you talking about probably did. Nah, nigga, ain't no probably. I ain't block you, nigga.
Hey, you the only one I can fuck with over here like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't too many other people jump on the panel, dog. So I gotta take it out on you, bro.
Exactly. We had to get you, man. You know what I'm saying? Take it back to elementary school, playing open chess. You left your chest open on the bus.
Nah, I ain't none of that shit. I don't play none of that shit. Open chest, letter B, none of that. I ain't fucking around.
Come on now, since you're a grown man, you want to deny what your past is, man. Come on, bro.
Nah, man, that shit always broke out into something different. Nah, that shit made something different got go on. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, put your hands on me. It got to go all the way there. All the way. You know what I'm saying? So they just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what's happening though? Big fight. You know what I'm saying? Big fight coming up. Big weekend. Shout out to the DFW, the Metroplex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, it's a big fight. Yeah. I can't deny it. Picked up a lot of buzz the right way. You know what I'm saying? I never got your input there, Sir Senior. I never got your prediction on this fight.
Yeah, I got I've been looking at the training. I've been looking at pretty much all the interviews everywhere. I got EJ, but I would not be surprised if Ugas got the upset. I wouldn't be surprised because it looks like, yes, EJ looks good and he looks prepared, but it looks like he's looking past Ugas. And I think that might be a problem. Like I talked about that this morning with the wife and everything,
Yeah,
because I've been getting her into boxing or whatever. And when you look past a fighter, that's how you get those upsets.
I hear you.
So if he's looking past, he's already looked past Ugas, or at least that's what he's putting out in the media. Is that he says, "Oh, well, I got to get through this fight," but all his talking points is he's looking past Ugas. And I understand that he's confident, and this is one of his times where he's finally back to his, as he said, his full strength and his full ability. He had a full camp, and he looks good, and he everything else. But at the same thing, I'm bomb squad all day. But respectfully, you can't look past a fighter and think that it's already over, because you could get hit and you revert back to what you was doing before. You revert back to that trauma, or revert back to your old way of fighting, and that could spell disaster.
Mm-hmm. You agree with that, Mitch? That your boy Errol Spence may be overlooking this fight, or do you feel different?
Nah, I don't think you're overlooking. I mean, you can't. That shit don't make no sense to overlook. You got to get past this one and get to the next one. So, I mean, I don't agree, but that's you know what I mean. That's his opinion. He can have that. I don't agree with it,
I will
but
say, yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
oh yeah. No, I'm just answering the question. I don't agree with that shit, but that's that's his take on it. That's what he saw, and yeah, that's cool.
I would say this. I have heard Errol Spence, say he wasn't looking past him. You know what I'm saying? He's focused on Yadina's Ugas, and also he made it clear, um, that that's pretty much the fight he wanted to pretty much talk about. Now, the knockout situation, like me and Sir Senior was talking about earlier, he pretty much said he hadn't been man down in a minute, but yet the closer it got to the fight, he started mentioning as if he's sure he's gonna go in there and stop. And I just take that as promo. That's it. I just take that shit as promo. I don't read too much into it.
That's what fighters do. They always come in and say, "I'm gonna stop you," or I'm gonna get the knockout or whatever. But I haven't seen Spence guarantee no fucking knockout. I've seen him say, "I'm looking for the knockout. I'm gonna try to get the
Yeah, that's
knockout,"
what I just
but
said.
I ain't seen
Yeah,
him.
he looking
I
for it.
ain't seen him say he gonna guarantee nothing except the win. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he has stated that he want that knockout, and if you get him hurt, he gonna go for it. So I mean, that's just clear as day. But you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Shit, should be a good fight. We're gonna see if Ugas, if he show up. We're gonna see if Spence show up. It got the makings to be a great, welterweight fight, title fight, unification. But I just don't see much that Ugas can do to win the fight. You know what I'm saying? I think he got the tools to make it a good fight, but I don't see how he could win unless Spence just ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that being the case. You know what I mean? No discredit to Ugas because he's a good, solid fighter, but I just don't see how he could. His strong points, what Ugas' strong points, I think Spencer's stronger at those as far as when they match up, as far as their styles go. Because I never really seen Ugas fight going backwards. So Ugas probably looking to step to him. I don't think he could step and bang with Spence all fight. I think that's going to get him in trouble, and I think that's why people saying they can see a stoppage. He can't sit back. He can't sit back and counter and allow Spence to lead because Spence's activity is just going to win the fight alone. So I don't see him being able to sit back and just counter Spence all day. So I just don't see how Ugas could pull it off. You know what I mean? I don't see him having no crazy power to where he's just going to hurt and stun Spence and stop him or knock him out. So I just don't see how Ugas could pull it off. But again, it should be a good fight. I think Ugas can make it tough, but I think that's only if Spence. So that's just my take on it. No discredit to Ugas because he's solid. He's been doing his shit, but I don't see him doing all this crazy shit to Spence. Not a well prepared Spence, not a focused Spence that what he seems to be, at least for this fight. So I just can't see you guys winning, man.
Hey, I appreciate that summation. I have to, pull a receipt up, and I don't. This is something I don't do. But anybody go back to when Demond Nicholson, fought Edgar Berlanga, right? I bet a guy, which out of confidentiality, I said I won because the bet was so big that he would go to this. He say, "Nah, Edgar gonna knock him out. This, that, and the other." I said, "No." So we made a very high bet. This was back in 2021. And check this out. All you have to do is go back to my lives if those people want to do the research. But I posted this shit right here. I posted this right here. Hold up, let me take that down. I posted this picture back in 2021 when I did a live. And I put a message up there. 14. And he's talking about I can't pay $100 bet. Then you have no idea what betting is. Go back to my live in 2021, dog. No. Let's go even further. Let's go even further. This is my bus. This is my bus, dog. Come on, dog. You know what gas is right now? This is my bus, bro. This is my second vehicle. I've had bets before. I don't even put my shit out there like that. But stop capping when you're talking about somebody had to pay $100, dog. Stop capping, bro. Come on, man. Show me what you're talking about. That's my World Combat Sports jacket. That's the one I was wearing when I was talking to freaking Lionel Thompson. And that's the one Mitch told me that, get him, if I get another one made, just shoot him one. That's the same one, bro. But that's back. You go to one of my lives. I forgot which one it was. When I know it was shortly after the Edgar Berlanga fight in 21. I posted this up here. You know what I'm saying? Me and that person had a large bet, man, and he was high on. So I said, all right. But just so y'all can shut that down, that's a Cadillac ESV title and everything. Everything. And if you think I'm capping, ask some people around ATL. So I had to drop the receipt. You talking about receipts, and you got them gullible cats over there listening to everything you say, bro. That's my receipts right there. Stop capping, bro. Stop it, man. Anyway, go ahead, fellas.
Yeah, when you drop the receipts on them, they don't like that. They'll change the subject or the narrative real quick. Move the goalpost. They'll change the whole game.
The whole game, bro. We started off playing football, with
They'll turn
two
to table tennis.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, God damn, bro. $100 bet though, man. That's a little bit petty right there. That's childish, bro. That's childish for real. That's seriously childish, bro. That's anybody down here in the A. And I bet anything I can produce a title right now. So, you know what I'm saying? Bet that 10 stacks that BFTV that I can't produce a title to my vehicle, dog. Put that money in escrow. I even go high. I save 20,000 right now. Show me your title of a vehicle that's 45 years from this date. 45 years old that you got a title on. And I'll show you mine. 20 stacks tonight. Click the link and let's compare titles, bro. Because sometimes you just have to G-check a motherfucker that's up here just tripping off this social media shit, bro. Come on now. Big dog in the building. What's good? But man, hey, I hope this fight is everything. I don't want no controversy. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want no controversy as far as a headbutt. No Chris Van Heerden, Jaron Ennis type shit. I really want the fight to be a burner, just like Crawford Porter. You know what I'm saying? Just like Spence Porter. Not Danny Garcia. Nope. Not Mikey Garcia. Nope. But yeah, the Porters. Would they fight like the Porters? I really want this fight to be great. I want it to be entertaining. I want us to get some out of it. I'm not saying Errol Spence has to be tested in a different way. If Errol goes in there and he really dominates Yordenis Ugas, I applaud him. At the end of the day, I want the best fighter going in there to face Terrence Crawford, because even their best is not going to be enough there, Mitch. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to sustain your membership, Mitch. You know what I'm saying? Don't be buying one-way bus tickets, dog, and going into seclusion either, bro. I appreciate you as being like that day one nigga, you know, been here around since the test of time. But don't go into seclusion, man, and tell me you doing ayahuasca.
Look at this nigga here, man. Look, I'll be right here, nigga. Hey, I got Spence, man. You know what I'm saying? But there ain't no need to discuss Spence versus Crawford right now, man. That's, ain't even no need for it. I believe it's gonna be next though. I do believe it's gonna be next. But honestly, I do think Crawford gonna want to take a tune up, because that's the word I've been hearing.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not next, but I think that'll be Spence's next fight. But again, they might try to pull some shit and just try to get Crawford in there with him next. I think Crawford might be a little smarter than that, or a little more cautious and take a tune-up. Who the tune-up might be against, we don't know. Because I think at this point, as much as Keith Thurman has done at the welterweight division, he's been unified. He only lost to Manny and all of that stuff, but he ain't really been himself for 3-4 years. So at this point, he probably would be a tune-up for Crawford. But that's beyond the point. What y'all got on the rest of this card, though? The Stanionis and Buteyev. What y'all think about them putting them boys on regular TV and then the other 3 fights on pay-per-view? Showtime trying to show their ass a little bit. This is a solid little fight night.
And that's what they need to do. But hey, shout out to Coach Lamont in the building. You know what I'm saying? I have to show love to the Crawford supporters, and he said he team Crawford in the building, man. You know what it is. Appreciate you pulling up, man. That's what it is. Appreciate you pulling up to the spot, bro. I want to ask you this before we switch subjects. I'm not sure why they saying Crawford needs a tune-up or something. He just got out the ring November, right? So let's just say it's April. The fight's gonna happen tomorrow. It's still probably it won't be a year if they plan this fight. If they finally plan this fight for the end of 2022, I mean, Errol Spence just came back from a year, right? Damn near. So
yeah, hey, let me. I don't think it was people saying that he wanted to tune up. I think Crawford was letting it be known that he was going to take a tune-up. Like, he wanted to do that. It's from what I've been hearing. I don't think it's been people like pushing for him to do that. What I heard, and where I heard it was, I'll drop where I heard it. I heard it from Pac-Man ATL. I heard it from Tay Jones that Crawford was looking to take a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the shit that Tay be kicking be solid. So I believe him. He a fighter. He in the loop, so he be knowing shit that the public don't necessarily know a little bit before the public knows. And so when he said that, I was like, I didn't put much into it. Like, I didn't take it as, Crawford don't believe in himself or nothing. If a man want to take another fight to get another check, shit, get the check. I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Crawford lacks any belief or confidence in himself. But like you said, shit, he just fought. He don't necessarily need that. But I just wanted to clarify from my statements that I've heard that he wanted to tune up. It wasn't like somebody was trying to put that on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. Coach said November, December it should be going down. So that'll put him right out of the year. Man. Jumping back in the ring. That's not that long.
That'll be good.
I mean, you gotta look at the preservation.
We all ready for this.
What
yeah,
now?
we all ready for this fight. This is the fight. This is the biggest fight in boxing. You know what I'm saying? We got Wilder and Fury done went 3 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is the one. And honestly, I think it's closer than it's ever been. I don't think it ever was really close. And I think this is the time. So he was over there on Top Rank. Spence was getting in an accident, got injured, and the shit was going on. So I think the fight is closer than it's ever been right now, and I think it's going to happen.
I feel you on that. Appreciate that info, Coach.
I definitely think that it is closer than it's ever been, and I think that both fighters really want to fight now. I'm not going to sit here and just piss on EJ because, like I said, EJ is a really good fighter. He just not as good as Crawford. So he was my top dude. It was between him and Thurman. I had as the top guys in the welterweight division before Crawford moved up. But I always said when Crawford move up, it's over for him. And he's been doing what he's supposed to do. Business wise, sometimes you fall for this or that, or maybe you might be the exception. Somebody might, do you a little dirtier than they do somebody else, or a little better than they do somebody else. But just keeping it in the ring boxing, I think Bud is ready for this fight, and EJ needs to go into this fight, tomorrow, looking to, I wouldn't say play it safe, but definitely put the pressure on and make it a good fight, but try not to get hurt, because that's all it's going to take to mess up the fight is he get hurt in this fight. Even if he come out with a win and he gets hurt in this fight, that's going to push the Crawford fight back. Because there's no way you want to go into a fight with Crawford hurt by any means. That's the way that's the way you get retired, and have to go back to talking on the internet like we doing. Respectfully.
Yeah. Jason Williams, man, said some ill shit. Bud don't need a tune-up. He need a showcase fight, public execution.
Hey, I saw that in the chat, but that's what Sean Porter was, though. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, Bud don't need it. But like I said, if to be honest, like even immediately after the Porter fight, and once all this shit with Spence started going on, and we knew that he was going to get the Ugas fight after he disposed of Pac-Man, you could go back and see your chats or whatever combat, but I was in line with Crawford should just wait and then fight Spence next. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at with it. I know Spence had to take the Ugas fight to get that third belt to make this thing undisputed. But as far as hell no, he don't need a tune-up. But again, if they they doing business and they're gonna give him a 2-fight deal and all of this other shit, and you might as well knock Thurman off, give Thurman his last shot. Thurman that running around acting like PBC owe him something. They don't owe him shit. They done put Thurman in every great position he could be in. Let him hold the belt. They done took care of Thurman immensely. You know what I'm saying? So he owed them because he ain't do shit against Barrios. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but people in the chat and myself, Sir Senior too, man. We want to see the fight next after tomorrow night. So if he fight Thurman, that means we won't see this fight to 23.
Oh no, I agree with you. But again, as a nigga who fucks with Spence, I'm not gonna be one of them niggas that's gonna be upset if Crawford takes a fight. You know what I'm saying? The world probably would be upset. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit more reasonable,
man. I gotta disagree, Miss, not to cut you off, but all these whining ass niggas out here talking about he should show up to the arena. I understand what you're saying. You're not gonna be upset, and that's a grown man way of thinking. You're not gonna be upset if he takes another fight because he gets paid off that fight. And of course, you got to get the bag. This is his profession. So if he signed a 2-fight deal and they give him one, and then we see the fight in 23, I'm not gonna be mad. But then you got cats out here crying because he said he wouldn't be at the arena. Like he's supposed to go to the arena.
I don't give a fuck who show up at what fight. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't give a fuck. But you know what I mean? I guess it would be nice, but I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They were just at each other's fights the last couple fights they had. So
exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't care about none of that old shit. Niggas be on that what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like they really involved in this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Sit back, spectate. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna happen. But like I said, I won't be upset, you know what I'm saying, if Crawford takes a fight. But my preference for sure is to have the Spence fight next. Like I've been saying that since he got done with Porter. Like relax, let Spence go get that other belt and y'all do this thing for undisputed. But you know what I mean?
This year.
Crawford, the business people might have other shit on their minds. You know what I'm saying? So the game is the game. I know everybody. Like I said, this is the biggest fight in the game right now, and everybody been wanting this for a long time. So I don't feel that way, but I would understand people being upset with Crawford. Like, damn, like you've been saying this man been this and that, and now it's time, and you gonna take another fight? God damn! Like I would understand that. That wouldn't be my sentiments. You know what I'm saying? But I would understand it. And you know what I mean? That's something.
That's why I be fucking with you, because I already know you in line. You know your shit. That makes goddamn more than common sense, bro.
But Crawford fans gonna have to eat that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to take that because they gonna be on y'all head, and it's rightfully so. I don't agree with it.
We don't have to do shit, Mitch.
Y'all gonna have to accept that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's real shit.
Like we hold the last belt to everything. What they say, Errol Spence did all the heavy lifting, and we're gonna do the taking. That's all. Bring all the belts over here, and we're gonna take ownership of all of them.
Well, that's what they said. But anyway, is he wait till everybody else get the belt, and then he knocks out that person? So keep the tradition alive. Let EJ get all the belts, and we'll just knock the EJ out.
That's what I'm talking about. Cold, plain and simple, dog.
Like all that shit sound good, but again, if the nigga takes a different fight, y'all gonna have to hear that. That's what I'm telling y'all. I don't give a fuck either way. I'm the type of nigga that'll sit back when they fight. I'm gonna watch that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's me. But for people who like to, make their arguments and do their thing with it, you know what I mean? That's what they're gonna shoot at y'all. Y'all already know that. I don't know. Like, y'all know what's coming if you decide to take another fight. Like, we've been waiting too long. Y'all know what time it is.
But see, that's only for the cats that's always pocket watching. I don't pocket watch like that. Shout out to Trick Noty in the building, man. I see you, bro. Salute. J Ocho. Man, that's for the ones that's pocket watch. I don't really get into numbers or anything because it's pointless to me to talk about numbers. He feeding his family, both fighters, any fighter, they feeding their family. It's a tough ass sport. You get fucked up, you might not even be able to box again. Then you have to go off what you have. It ain't no 401k. It's no motherfucking retirement plan. But the only thing I'm saying with this is that, excuse me, I'm looking at it like whatever the 2-fight deal is, if it's a rematch with whoever wins this fight tomorrow, or Bud decides to take a fight with Thurman or whoever, I'm not mad at it. It's just going to be a lot more talking. The buzz going to, level out just a little bit. People still going to be talking about it because now, let's put it in Spence, La La Land, Wonderland, Disney World. Just say Spence wins tomorrow. He has 3 belts. That'll give them more to talk about, more thumbnails, more content saying the same shit over and over again. That's why I would like this fight to just happen at the end of this year. Get the shit over with. Don't take a fight, bud. You always in the gym. You always in shape. Just go in here and step on Spence and send his ass up to 154, where you gonna be at again, and step on him up there.
Big demon in the chat saying EJ fans is the ones that's saying Bud need to take a fight, but I ain't seen nobody. I'm an EJ fan. I've never said Bud should take a fight. I always wanted it to be next. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what EJ fans he talking about. I'm pretty sure the majority of the boxing world wants this fight next. So again, like, stop just trying to separate everybody and put everybody against everybody. We all want to see this fight, and we all want to see it next if Errol Spence wins. So I don't know where this narrative comes from that EJ fans are wanting Bud to take a fight, because that shit don't really even matter. You know what I'm saying? But maybe I'm somewhere else that I don't be. But from the stuff that I've seen from the Errol Spence fans and me myself being a nigga that fucks with Spence, I'm notoriously said from the beginning, since the Porter fight, chill out, get EJ after he takes care of Ugas. You know what I'm saying? So you can't bunch everybody into that shit. That's where niggas go crazy at. You know what I'm saying?
What BIG talking about, right? It has merit to it, because they was pretty much saying that what Bud is doing. He just got off the fight with Porter. They say, what are he doing? It's only January now. What he's doing? He's just gonna wait around. He don't have a fight. Now they was pushing Jaron Ennis off on him. Bud don't have a fight. He should fight Jaron Ennis. when knowing damn well we're trying to get Spence Crawford. So then a couple more weeks go by. They said, what is he going to do? Well, he should fight Keith Thurman because they feel that they're not. I look at it like this: they're not 100% confident that EJ can go in there and beat Terrence Crawford. So they hoping that somebody in between can upset everything to the point to make it easier for Errol Spence. That's what I thought. That's what I'm thinking. Because why would you want him to face Keith Thurman when it has absolutely nothing to do with Errol Spence's next fight? Why would you be such in a hurry and a haste to say, okay, Terrence Crawford should face Keith Thurman? Why? It makes no sense at all. The man stays in shape. He stays in the gym. Why would you advocate for that fight as if it needs to be expedited or something? He doesn't have a belt. Keith Thurman don't have no motherfucking belt. So why should Bud even step up to face him? He shouldn't. I mean, if he feels that he can stay out, you know what I'm saying, and preserve his body, rest up, and face Errol Spence going to be coming off fight camp. And then if they fight at the end of the year, both of them be jumping in the fight camp, you know, in a month or a couple of months or whatever, get ready for the fight. If it's in November, December. It's that simple.
Yeah, I'm just, you know what I mean? I just shit like everybody else, like most of the people. I'm just ready for them boys to get in there and scrap and settle all this shit. But it's a big fight, man. The welterweights, you know what I'm saying? Unifying the entire division. 2 Black American welterweights, you know what I'm saying? So this is big shit, you know what I mean? And I'm looking forward to it. I hope PBC don't drop the ball on it, but they seem to be moving in the right direction. But I know PBC wants Errol Spence to fight Keith Thurman for some fucking reason. I think that's what they kind of want right now.
Why would he want him to fight somebody he ain't gonna fight? You know, he didn't fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman didn't want to fight him.
But you know that's that double dipping. You know what I'm saying? PBC trying to double dip. You dig? Yeah. So, but that's just what they've been wanting for a while. And to be honest, I think that fight will sell well. I think it'll sell well. But again, like that just makes no sense. So that's where Spence was on Twitter say take the L out of Lover, and everybody thought he was talking about some imaginary shit that they wanted to put on the man. Like niggas just be going everywhere with this shit. It's like, bro, like you gotta comprehend stuff. You gotta know what's going on out here. You can't just be saying random shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all niggas got channels. I don't have a channel. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got channels and be spewing the craziest, the most wrong shit ever. And then come on the next day, like they ain't just do that shit for an hour and a half or something. Like
exactly.
You know what I mean? It happens on both sides, but that was just the most current one. I was like, bro, I'm not even in this shit, and I'm looking like, oh, duh, of course he's talking about him fighting Thurman. You know that PBC wants that, and he ain't fucking with it. So I've been saying in the chat, like, nigga, he's not breaking bread with Thurman, man. He's not doing it. And they can't force him because he done everything that they required of him to do. You know what I'm saying? Spence been wanting to, if Spence had it his way, he probably would have fought Crawford a while ago. But to be honest, I never thought that fight was possible until right now. You know what I'm saying? I never thought that fight was possible. Where's the sombrero that Spence wanted to fight, or that it was possible? Where's the cap?
Spence wanted to fight. He couldn't take the fight. Look, after Porter, you know, he got in a situation. He was in a situation in a car accident. So how was he going to? And then you think he's gonna take that fight? You think he really truly wanted to not have a tune-up? Man, Bud would have then changed his life, man. If he would have came back and fought Crawford off that accident, man, bro, it would have been detrimental to health, dog. You know what?
I said he wanted to take the fight before, but it wasn't possible. You see what I'm saying? And then all this shit happened. So if we're gonna go to say, okay, let's go before the accident, right after Porter, I'm sure Spence did want the Crawford fight after Porter, but why take Crawford fight when Pac-Man is right there with a belt at that time?
Oh God,
you see what I'm saying? So of course,
Mitch, no, bro.
These dudes want to fight each other. But what's the point of what's the point if the man
Bro,
say I'm gonna get all these belts and then I'm gonna come see you and
no, he
then
didn't
now
say
I
he's
can
gonna
take
get all the
man,
belts.
which is a huge fight for him. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at with it, bro. There's nothing you can say that make me think differently.
When
You know
they
what I'm saying? I
met
don't
up,
think either one of these dudes are running or hiding from each other.
when they
But
met
the
up, right?
shit has happened. This is what it's been.
When they met up and Bob Arum mauled them, he said, why wouldn't I take the easy route and go knock out Sean Porter? Now that was his
Uh huh.
one. That was his +1 right there. That's it. That was his +1. That's it. Now you can't say it's a +2. Let me go here and do this shit with Manny Pacquiao.
So
I
just because
mean,
he mentioned Sean Porter, because he knew that fight was next, we all knew that fight was next. You think he gonna
but
try to make some
where are
bullshit
you
with
talking?
Top Rank
Where
and
are
not
you
take a
talking
Manny
about?
Pacquiao fight?
No, where are you talking about? He wanted to fight Terrence if he had all these other plans to fight Sean Porter and Keith Thurman or Manny Pacquiao, whatever. Where are all these plans he had to fight Crawford? Where are they?
I'm, I'm telling you because we started this situation with me saying the PBC wanted things, and I'm telling you that the PBC's been wanting these things. So Spence had to do what he had to do to even get to Crawford. You see what I'm saying? It's not about what Spence not wanting to fight Crawford. It's about Spence having to do what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot
Yeah,
longer
just pick up some
because
chips.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And PBC, he had to fight those PBC dudes. You know what I'm saying? And just so happened, everything met up where Crawford was able to get away from, Top Rank. He fought his contract out and all that stuff. So now is the time. But I think both of those dudes been wanted to fight each other. If they had it their way, I think they would have fought by now. But accident happened, injury happened. He was on Top Rank with Bob. Bob doing that bullshit. Bob ain't do shit for Crawford, man. He never got him the Pac-Man fight. You know what I mean? He was
That's it,
just
though.
you know what I mean? So I don't think that fight was ever gonna happen until he got out of that situation. And now is the time. But I don't think it was because Spence didn't want to fight. And I don't think it was because Crawford didn't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? I think Crawford wanted it more because he over there getting bored. He not really doing much. You know what I'm saying?
He
It
wanted
was
that
just by
body.
chance.
He wanted that
It was
body,
by
Mitch. Just say it.
It was it was by chance that he got the fucking Porter fight because Porter knew he was on his way out. When they allowed Porter to go do that fight because they knew Porter that probably would be his last fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that to diminish Porter, but if
That
Porter
ain't
was going to
Porter. That ain't
continue
Porter
on,
last fight, dog. Crawford just
okay,
made it. Crawford
yeah,
just
he
made it
come
his
back.
last fight for a little bit so he can go in recovery. I gotta get this chat by Coach. Coach said, "Look how much they were saying Bud was easy work and had to prove himself in the beginning of 147 welterweight campaign. That tells you how they ducked him." He said, "When Jeff Horn beat Pac-Man, they were like wild dogs on Jeff Horn." They was supporting Jeff Horn. Some people say, well, Pacquiao was robbed. Some people say, Jeff Horn did what he had to do. He roughed them up. He made them look old. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the game, though. That's the game. Everybody say, oh, well, do this, do that, do this. You know what I'm saying? You new to the division, do this. Or you young right now, do this, do this. Fighters do that to each other all the time. And, the
But let me
media and everybody pick up on that narrative. But that's regular shit. But I do agree, like, when Horn won that fight, everybody was like, shit, I'm trying to get that Jeff Horn fight. I'm trying to get that easy title. You know what I'm saying? So I agree, they was on him like dogs. But that happens when somebody sweet get a belt and the top guys are looking like I can take that belt. You know what I mean? So that happens.
Hey, he
That
said
happens.
the PBC fighters were like on Jeff Horn, like trying to get that meat. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to hurry up and go over there, but hey, it's
But they
good that
knew they
Crawford
wasn't gonna.
moved up.
They couldn't do that because I'm pretty sure Bob had options on Horn once he beat Pac-Man. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
we
that
all knew
we
that was
know.
going to Crawford.
That
We
we
knew
know.
that was going to Crawford.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that we know.
So
We just saying
so
PBC, the fighters over there were salivating off that, and they should have salivated off of it. But I don't see the salivation when it comes to Bud Crawford though. It's a lot of cats that easily talk about it and get dry mouth. It's a lot of dry mouth, individuals on YouTube talking about this fight. But deep down inside, I just don't hear the certainty that they sure that Errol Spence can go in here and beat Crawford like that. I don't hear it like that, bro. And then think about this. I know what you said that, this what I don't like when it comes down to, at first they was talking about Bud Crawford should fight common opponents, right? He ain't fought nobody. He go in there and he smashes Kell Brook. The same Kell Brook that went 11 with Spence. He ain't the same. But I say, damn, Kell Brook has just came down 2 divisions and recovered, had the rehab and shit, fractured orbital whatever from Triple G under a year and stepped back in there to fight Spence. So who was damaged goods, when Spence fought him or when Bud Crawford? Because he had 3 fight win streak at 154 before he dropped back down. It's just, Bud Crawford made it look easy. Then he steps in there with Sean Porter. Never been stopped before. Everybody know that he's a tenacious goddamn Tasmanian devil in the motherfucking ring. Everybody gives Sean Porter his respect. Everybody. He's been in there with some big names. All of a sudden, when Bud steps in there, they say Kenny Porter stopped the fight. But what drew that conclusion was Sean Porter losing it and start punching the canvas because he knew he couldn't do shit no more. You know what I'm saying? He was about to get knocked the fuck out. And his dad sit up there and came in and coddled him and took him out of danger. That's all that was. That's all that was. No one can diminish the shit that he stopped Sean Porter. He was the first one to do it. He stopped him. I mean, Errol Spence couldn't do it.
I mean, look, man, I understand where you're going, but all right, let me start with Kenny Porter.
And don't take 15 minutes to explain yourself. We got to have a dialogue. We got to have a dialogue, Mitch.
I'm just let you get off. I'm saying, I just let you get through all of that shit. Yeah, I wanted to jump in when you started talking about Brook, but check it. Kenny Porter's a fucking control freak. You know what I'm saying? And Crawford was whooping his ass anyway. That's period. Crawford did that. You know what I'm saying? Whether you think Porter was on his way out or Porter didn't prepare like Porter normally does, all that shit is whatever. Porter had never been stopped. Crawford stopped him. That was solid shit. You know what I'm saying? Boom. That's that. But Kenny Porter did stop it, but that shit happened and he got stopped. That's that. I'm with you on that. As far as the Brook goes, I don't really see it either way in this situation. Like you said, if you want to say that he was coming off an orbital bone injury and he came back within less a year, 8-9 months or whatever, that's cool. That's fair, and that's factual shit. There ain't no cap in that. But at the same time, that Kell Brook was better than the Kell Brook that fought Terrence Crawford, in my opinion. Like, I thought Kell Brook was done. You know what I'm saying? And so I can't take away from the Kell Brook that Spence fought and then give all this credit to Crawford for fighting that guy. If I'm going to take credit away, I'm going to take it away from both of them. Okay, he was injured. He was coming off an orbital bone injury in this one, and he was fucking washed up coming into this one. You know what I'm saying? It's not Crawford's fault. It ain't Spence's fault. But that's how I look at that shit. I thought Kell Brook was done before he got in there with Terrence Crawford, and that's my opinion on that.
How he was done, you know, and he won 3 fights at 154. How he was done though, dog? He had won ever since that loss with Errol Spence. He hadn't lost again. How was he done?
He went up to 54 and fought some fucking bums, and then he came back down to 47.
What in your determination says he was done doing those 3 fights? If he fought bums, he did what he's supposed to do with bums.
Yeah, and credit to him for beating bums, but I didn't think he was at.
Where's the
when I'm saying done, when I'm saying done, I didn't think he was at the elite level to fucking compete with Terrence Crawford at that time. You know what I'm saying? So don't get my shit twisted saying that he was done. Like, oh, he was done. He should retire, because he clearly just came back and whooped on fucking Amir Khan, which I knew would happen. You know, both them niggas been done. But cool, it was a fight for the UK. They did some good business. Shouts to both of them. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm saying I thought that Kell Brook was done before the Crawford fight, that's what I'm saying. I didn't think he was at the elite level enough to compete with Terrence Crawford. And he went in there and got his ass blew out the water. He acted like he didn't know what hit him. When Crawford hit him, he was like, "What the fuck happened?" You know what I'm saying? The
That's
rope
what they
saved
do,
him, and the
though,
ref cut the
right,
shit as
Coach?
a knockdown, and he was just like, well, "Holy shit!" You know
That's
what I'm
what they
saying? So,
do, Mitch. They say, "Oh
hey,
shit."
look, I'm with you, bro, but you're not gonna change my opinion on Kell Brook. I thought the nigga was done, and that's what I thought. That's
Man, you
it.
know me
You know
better
what
than
I'm
that,
saying?
man. I'm having a dialogue. I'm not trying to change shit you're trying to say. I'm just like debating it. That's all.
Oh,
Let me
for
get
sure,
coach.
for sure.
Let me get coach. I'm not trying to change, man. You're a grown ass man. You know, you can speak your shit, talk your shit, man. Coach say, why wasn't the energy the same when Bud won the title? You know what I'm saying? Why wasn't the PBC fighters all happy and go lucky trying to get that? You know what I'm saying? Why weren't they salivating? I guess that's when the other side of the street comes into play. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to talk about the other side of the street. That's
I
why they
mean,
couldn't go across the other side of the street.
that always been the case, man. We can't just because we fuck with Bud, we can't just sit here and say that nobody wanted to fight him. You know what I'm saying? And when those guys were allowed to fight him, when those guys felt like they could fight him, Sean Porter went over there and got his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? So Sean Porter did go over there and he got his ass beat. That's what happened.
We
You know
talking
what
about
I'm
before
saying?
Sean
But
Porter. Before Sean Porter.
yeah, I don't think those guys would. First of all, they know Crawford's tough. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna give credit to Crawford. But when you say those guys, who exactly are we talking about on the PBC? We got to be talking about Spence, Thurman, and Porter and Danny, right? Can't be talking about nobody else, right?
Whoever
So
the
I mean,
whoever the top names will be in play. You know, Bud wasn't gonna go in there and fight no soft touches from PBC. We have to be considering the top names over there at PBC when it came to him picking up that title. Because, you know, up to that point, you know, Bud right now has 6 stoppages. Extract 2 of them. When he was 4, straight 4, he ain't fought nobody. He ain't fought nobody. So then he got Kell Brook. Boom, smashed him in 4. Then he went there and stopped Sean Porter. Now he has 2 common opponents of who? Errol Spence. Now they talk about, oh man, they got excuses. Oh, Kell Brook was never the same. He went up to 154 and fought some bums. And I'm saying if he was fighting soft touches at 54, which is a higher division, then he did what he's supposed to do. He got the shit done and came back down and fought Terrence Crawford. He made weight, right? He made weight. He just went in there and got demolished.
I just never thought he was an elite welterweight at the time, man. That's just how, if you want to call Kell Brook an elite welterweight when he fought Crawford, then
Was he
that's
an
how
elite?
you feel.
Was he an elite welterweight when he fought Errol Spence after being smashed by Gennady Golovkin? Was he elite within a year? After under a year now of getting smashed at 160, dropping back to 47. Was he elite then?
I
Come
thought
on,
he
Mitch.
was an elite. I thought he was an elite welterweight when he fought Spence, but I can't deny that Gennady Golovkin broke him up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it solid all the way through, bro. I'm like,
I
you know
know
what I'm
that.
saying?
That's why I'm having
Yeah,
a conversation with you, bro. It ain't nothing past
did
that
think
shit, dog.
I did think he was an elite welterweight at the time. You know what I'm
Man, you
saying?
on some
And
bullshit too. You
it
on
was a
some
good
bullshit,
fight
man.
with Spence. It was a
Man, that's
good
some
fight with
bullshit right
Spence,
there, bro.
but he got stopped. You know what I'm saying?
That's some
But
bullshit. You thought he was an
when
elite
you
welterweight when getting his ass touched up the way he did by Gennady Golovkin, and to drop down 2 weight classes and step in there under a year after that damn damage. And you say he was elite welterweight? Come on, bro. He was
yeah,
still
yeah.
damaged goods, bro.
So Combat, let me ask you this. All right, so if he wasn't elite then, why the fuck would you think he was elite when he fought Crawford then? Like, you see what I'm
Because
saying? Like,
I'm taking the assessment from his damage that a higher at 2 weight classes higher, at somebody like Gennady Golovkin, who was considered one of the elite fighters, who is considered one of the elite fighters, who never left middleweight. He was comfortable. He smashed him. Then he came
mhm.
back down and had to go through rehab, recovery, and then get back in the fight camp. That's a quick turnaround under a year to step back in there with Errol Spence to say he's 100%. Only reason I'm saying that for Kell Brook is because he was coming off damage. You know what I'm saying? He was coming off a serious, a tough, punishing fight. when he fought Terrence Crawford, he was coming off 3 wins, bro, at 154. I mean, he hadn't lost. So you got to give him credit. He had ample amount of time in between to get some fights. You say they bums, okay? Say what you want. But when he stepped in there, he made weight, and he just
You
got
don't think
smashed
they
by
were
the better
bums?
fighter.
You don't think those? Well, let's not say bums. Let's just say not. You thought those guys that Kell Brook fought at 154 was good competition?
I don't care who they were. I'm just saying, to be honest, Mitch, I don't care who they were. It's just the fact that he earned 3 victories at a higher weight class following his loss to Spence at 47. So when he dropped back down, it wasn't no dude up there that was on the level of Gennady Golovkin that punished this dude the way Gennady did. So he came in there just off a weight, a weight cut with 3 wins, and he steps in the ring. And he just met a guy who was on a whole nother level than he was at the time. Period. The chocolate brownies wasn't enough, bro.
The chocolate brownies. I'm just looking at it like I understand what you're saying about the kid being broke up before he fought Spence. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so the guy gets broke up, then he goes in and fights Spence, gets broken up again. You know what I'm saying? Gets broken up again on the opposite side of his face, right? Is already a big guy, really struggling to make welterweight. That's why he moved up to 54. Took 3 soft touches. I don't know the time span, but 2 years went by, couple years went by, and now you're gonna say the same guy is somebody when he fought Crawford? That's where you losing me at. Like if
He
you
wasn't
say
a nobody when he fought Crawford. He wasn't a nobody.
Kell Brook can never be a nobody, but I'm saying that he was not an elite welterweight when he fought.
The only thing to give him premise to what you're saying, Mitch, when he fought Errol Spence was that he had a title. That gives him premise to being something more, a bit more special with a higher appraisal than when he stepped in with Crawford. That's it. He had a belt. Spence went over to his backyard and took his belt. I salute him for that. And, he looked mad confident going down there. He took his belt. That's why people say, oh, Kell Brook was an elite fighter because he was IBF. Who belt was that he had? Who belt was it, Mitch, that Kell Brook had when he fought Spence? Who belt was it?
He clinched Porter for that belt.
Okay.
1-2 hold. 1-2 hold.
Okay.
1-2 hold. But Porter was an elite welterweight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, here we go, man. Dog.
Porter
Okay. Who did Porter beat for that IBF title? Who did Porter beat for that IBF title, dog?
I think Porter might have beat Paulie for that. I think. Was it Paulie?
Man, come on, man. Come on, you know who he beat for that, dog.
I don't really remember.
Come on.
What? I know it wasn't. Nah, it wasn't Alexander, was it? Was it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure who Porter beat for that.
It wasn't Alexander. Damn, the disrespect is real.
Who did he tell me? Who did he refresh me? Who he beat for that title?
I'm just saying, man. Like when you say not elite, we have to understand that this boxing don't produce motherfucking killers like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't produce all these killers.
A killer and elite is different, though. A killer,
bro. Devin Alexander.
A killer and elite is different. You know what I'm saying?
Look, check this out. Devin Alexander at the time was legit. Like Devin only had 1 loss, bro. Like Devin Alexander was elite. But just the mere fact that you said was it Alexander, that shows how much you might not have known that he had the belt. You know what I'm saying?
I knew I just thought that I was confusing the win with Paulie. You know what I'm saying?
So Sean Porter beat Alexander. Kell Brook beat Sean Porter. Errol Spence beat Kell Brook when he dropped down 2 weight classes under a year from being punished. So if you look at all 3 of those transitions, would you sit up here and say, man, who is great out of that equation? Is it Devin Alexander? Is it Sean Porter? Is it Kell Brook? Who is great? Do you consider Kell Brook great because he fought Errol Spence? Do you consider Sean Porter great because he fought Kell Brook? Do you consider Sean Porter great because he fought Devin Alexander? Devin Alexander great because he fought Sean Porter? Do you consider them great? No.
I don't
We don't
consider I
consider
don't
them great.
consider none of those guys great because they not great. Like
Okay,
I
then.
don't
So
you
we
know what
can't
I'm saying? Like
diminish.
I
We can't really
I
diminish
consider
what Bud
Crawford
Crawford
great,
did.
but I consider Crawford great, but I don't consider nobody he's fought great. I mean, you could probably say you would argue Sean Porter, but great is different. I just think that Porter is an elite welterweight. You know what I'm saying? At the time, for his duration at
I can
welterweight,
take a leap.
I think he was always a top 5 welterweight in the game. You know what I'm saying? I think Porter's a solid competitor. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I would call Sean Porter great. You know what I'm saying? As far as greatness goes, I would just have to say I thought at one point Keith Thurman was teetering great. I think Spence is great, and I think Crawford is great. And of course, you know, Pac-Man is forever great. He was great
Don't
before he got.
say that. Hold up, Mitch. Hold up,
You know
man.
what I mean?
I got to stop you for a second. You say Keith Thurman was teetering greatness. Okay, hold up, because you about to open up a whole can. God damn it! Because Keith Thurman had the WBC and the WBA, right? Right.
But listen.
So no,
Let me.
hold up. Just let me get it out. So Errol
All
Spence
right, go
is
ahead.
about to fight Udenis Ugas for the WBA title. That would give him one more title than Keith Thurman would have had during his campaign at welterweight. So, what process are you gauging this off of that Keith Thurman, with 2 titles, was teetering to be great? Who was he about to step in the ring with? Who?
Who
Because
was
now
Thurman about to?
you about to give Spence
What you
fans
mean?
a whole nother damn plate to eat off of if you're trying to say Spence is great if he go in there and defeat Udenis Ugas tomorrow.
What you mean? Who was Thurman about to fight? What you mean?
You said he was teetering to be great, right? He only had the WBC and the WBA title, so he had to do something else to be great. He's just not going to be great off the title he had.
But this is 2022, and we've gotten to see what Thurman has done in the past 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying he was teetering on being great.
Bro. Him as a champion, though, bro.
I'm talking about as a whole. Now in 2022, I think it's fair to say that Thurman was teetering to be great, or you could say after he beat
Danny Garcia,
Danny and Sean back to back. If you would have called him great then, I would have had no argument because I thought he was the best welterweight at the time, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And he had the victories over those guys at the time. But in 2022, I just can't call him great. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said teetering. Great. You know what I mean? But for right now, I'm looking at Spence. I'm looking at Crawford as being great in the division. Of course, we got, Boots is coming up. It looks like he's going to be great one day. You know what I'm saying? And then Pac-Man is forever great. You dig? But I don't think you could ever say that Sean Porter was great. You dig? Or I don't think you could ever say Danny was great, especially at welterweight. You know what I'm saying?
But both of those guys are on Thurman's resume. Both of those guys you said on Thurman's resume, and both of those guys are on. Look, both of those guys are on Errol Spence's resume.
Yeah,
you know I'm saying? And one of those guys are on Terrence Crawford's resume. So that's the way I'm looking at boxing. Like when you say great, but yet you're not considering their opposition to be great, but yet you're considering engaging the fighter to be great. You gauge the fighter greatness off who he stepped off, who he stepped in the ring with. Now, I said that boxing doesn't produce
not
murderers.
Totally, no. Not again.
Hold up for a second. Boxing doesn't produce killers across the board. So you got to take them as they come, whether they have a belt. You know what I'm saying? If they have a belt and their name isn't appraised at elite level or something like that, but they have a championship. We have to understand that's the way boxing works. So if people are picking up titles, now we have to say, okay, collectively, how many championships have they won? You said Thurman was teetering on greatness just off fighting those 2 names, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. Now, Errol Spence is about to step in there and attempt to pick up a 3rd title in this division. Does that consider him great if he goes in there and fight and beats Udenis Ugas? I don't think so, because a lot of people don't consider Udenis Ugas a great fighter, but he has a championship. Also, he has Manny Pacquiao on his record. Go ahead, bro.
I think I'm not saying that. Again, when we start talking this greatness shit, I alluded to Crawford's competition, and I didn't think that stopped him from being great. You know what I'm saying? So you keep alluding to who they fighting. Has they fought anybody great? You know what I'm saying? I thought
I mean, they used that for Bud Crawford. They used that for Bud Crawford when he defeated Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn had defeated Pacquiao. Pacquiao was on the record of Jeff Horn in the green. So is Yordenis Ugas. You know what I'm saying? But Yordenis Ugas, he's getting a little bit of respect, a little bit from going in there and defeating Pacquiao, then Jeff Horn a little bit or whatever. But I'm just saying how it works out. They didn't give Crawford no respect. Oh, who the fuck is Jeff Horn? Who the fuck is Jeff Horn?
I can't argue for they point. Like, I don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying about they, and you know how I feel about Jeff Horn anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, but I'm just saying, though.
You know how I feel about Jeff Horn, but just like you said, shit, he beat Pac-Man. Jeff Horn and beat Pac-Man. Shit. And so, shit, who got just beat Pac-Man? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Demon said how he won. He just 2 fights in a row, bro. And then Coach say, so was Khan done when he fought Canelo? Was Amir Khan done when he fought Canelo? Because truth be told,
it didn't matter if he was done or not when he fought Canelo. He shouldn't have been in there with Canelo. When we knew Canelo was going to do what he did to him.
He had already been stopped.
Oh, what you mean? Khan?
Yeah.
But what are we talking about Khan and Canelo for? Like, it don't matter if Khan was not done. Khan could have been the best Khan ever, and Canelo was gonna knock him the fuck out. So it don't matter if he was done or not when he fought Canelo.
Andrew said, I watched a lot of people who said Brooks put money on him for the Crawford fight. I believe it. I believe they put that money on him, hoping to get a little easy bag, but got disappointed.
I wasn't one of them. I knew Crawford was gonna whoop Brooke ass. I told you that. I thought Brooke was done. So none of that shit don't apply to me.
And nobody.
It was a good name though for Crawford at the time. That's what I did think. Kell Brook was a great name for Crawford at the time, but I thought Crawford was gonna whoop his ass.
It was a common opponent of the fight that they're trying to make to this day. To this day, they want to see Spence Crawford. So they were saying, oh, he ain't fought nobody with 4 knockouts into the division. 4 knockouts, 4 stoppages. They ain't fought nobody. Jose Benavidez had 1 leg, and he had a motherfucking cane in that bitch fighting with 1 hand. They ain't give him credit for shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Green Machine,
yeah.
Olympic pedigree and all that shit. He won shit. But yet they talk about Crawford being hurt and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, and nobody was asking for Bud Porter fight except for the Spence Brigade. Now they don't want to accept the results. Some people lost money that fight too. Said Porter was gonna dog walk Bud. Yeah, they did. And look, I even heard this too. Andrew and Mitch, they said, "Oh, if Bud fights Sean Porter on the inside, man, Porter might knock him out." I was like, "Stop the cap." Who has Sean Porter stopped in a minute? You talking about the guy who went the distance with Sebastian Formella. Come on, Sebastian Formella. He went the distance with Adrian Granados. And they said if Bud fought him on the inside, he'd possibly get knocked out. Stop it, man. Logic on deck. I see you.
I can't defend or argue against nothing that some other motherfuckers done said, man. I feel you though.
No, I'm just throwing talking points out there, Mitch.
I feel you. I'm with you, but I'm just looking like, man, that shit don't even mean shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just shit that happened. Like I've been here with you throughout the chat through most of this shit, so you already know where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I know I could talk that shit with you, because you know what it is. You already know the rhythm and flow. I know who you support, who you speak up on. I mean, that's what it is, man. It won't be nothing past that shit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna all of a sudden switch up and say, "Oh man, Mitch, man, you on some bitch ass shit, dog. Fuck that. I'm taking your wrench, dog." Dude,
hey, it happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens. That's that YouTube shit. You know what I'm saying? That YTC, whatever they call that shit. You know. Shit, crazy
As
in
you
these
say,
streets.
I don't want to hear Thurman's name mentioned when the topic. Man, I'm a switch topics right quick, man, because I know you was talking about the rest of the card. I really wanted to talk about the rest of the card right quick, and then we can step. What's the first fight you want to talk about? Batayev, Batayev and Stanthionis. I think that's gonna be a real nice one, man. That's gonna be nice. They both have them wheels on their record. You know, they both have them wheels on their record. It's for the
Yep, yep.
WBA regular title, and I like it, man. My my hunch is going with Stanthionis. You know, in my opinion, that dude seems solid as shit. Like his fighting style, everything about him, he seems strong, man. You know, it seems like he has a lot of landscape. But Batayev, man, he's solid too.
Yeah. Yeah. JA, I think JA, shouts to JA. Shouts to everybody in the chat. But JA asked me, I think, last week. It was either J8 or IB. They asked me last week in chat on your shit. Well, like who I got, and I was like, honestly, man, I'm gonna sit back and just watch the shit. I haven't really seen too much of either of them. You know what I'm saying? They both got young records. You know what I'm saying? I don't think either one of them have 20 fights.
Nah.
But so I haven't really seen much of either one of them. I have heard their name a lot because they've been trying to make their way through the IBF and shit. But I'm looking at that fight like I'm gonna just sit back and watch it. If I had to pick just off of seeing both of them, the limited amount that I have, I would say Stanthionis because he got that motherfucking skinhead look going. He looks strong. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm giving credit to a skinhead, but I'm just saying this kid in particular looks strong.
I'm
And
about
when
to
I hear
say,
him talk,
yeah.
matter of factly, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, he looked like he can do something. You know what I'm saying? He look like he can do something. He looks solid physically, but Butayev ain't no slouch either. So I'm just looking forward to watching that fight to see who can possibly compete with some of the top guys in that division. Because I honestly hope one of those guys gets in with Boots, but I understand that whoever wins is not going to be looking down at Boots. They're going to be looking up to try and get a title fight or get that cash out payoff to step aside, you know what I'm saying, and then wait until after everything boils out. So, man, but it's looking like Boots will get Crowley and Josecito winner, you know what I'm saying? But as far as Stanthionis and Butayev goes, I don't know. If I had to pick, I would just say Stanthionis, but that's like throwing a dart at the board at this point, you know what I'm saying? For me.
Yeah, I'm going for Stanthionis, man. Lithuanian. You know, I've seen a couple of his fights, but yeah. Cody Crowley, you know, he's going off Trillo, whatever his name is. He wasn't supposed to win that, so to speak. But he got the job done. He stepped in there with a veteran, you know, Josecito Lopez. And right now, Josecito Lopez, he's sitting at 47 fights, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
38-8. You know, he's not coming off back-to-back losses. Even though he had back-to-back losses in his career, he's not coming off them. Right now, I believe he has 2 wins. He beat John Molina Jr. and Francisco Santana. So I like this fight, even though he has miles on him. Even his box rec pitch looked like he has miles on his face. You know, so that shit is transferring over to real time. God damn it! But I'm going with Cody Crawley on here. He's a young gun coming up. He's 20-0, man. I like the shit out of Josecito Lopez style, though. Real talk. I like what he did with Thurman. And I like what he did with his last fight, man. But I think Crowley's too much for him right now.
Yeah. I honestly think if I had to pick a winner, I would pick Crowley, 20-0. You know what I'm saying? I guess they're trying to build him a little bit, coming in with a guy like that. And Josecito's game for any and everybody. You know what I'm saying? I've been calling for Josecito to fight Boots for a while. I've been calling for Josecito to go over there and tap on Conor Ben. You know what I'm saying? So every kind of welterweight coming up, I'm like, shit, Josecito will be a good fight for him. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I'm
it'd be a
looking
good
at
fight for Conor Ben. I'm surprised he even
yeah,
mentioned Josecito's name. I think Josecito
yeah.
gives Conor Ben problems.
But you know, Josecito at this point, he's somewhat of a front runner, and that's no shade to him, but it's just his age and his stamina and the miles on him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He can't really tread water for too long in the back end of those fights. And if he get in with a guy who got a little bit of firepower, he can get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But he is a hunter, and he does have that power in that right hand, that overhand, or you know what I'm saying, a couple hooks to the body. He can do a few things. He has the potential to hurt you, but I don't think you got to be worried about him too late in the fight right now. So Crowley could just box him. I think Crowley can, you know what I mean, could pull that out. I don't see Crowley stopping him or anything like that unless he just you know, hit that cliff, hit the edge of the cliff right now suddenly. But if I had to pick, I'll pick Crowley. But like I said, like any welterweight coming up, I'm looking at Josecito like shit. Josecito will test his ass. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, but
Next
yeah,
fight,
I'll
man.
probably go Crowley.
Next fight, Yurkis Gamboa, Isak Cruz. You know the veteran Gamboa. You know, obviously has over 30 professional fights. The Isak Cruz. You know, he's just on the eve. You know, he's just sitting even at 25. You know what I'm saying? But the momentum is carried forward from his fight with Gervonta Davis, obviously, and also the history of Gamboa. It goes without saying, man. He's been in there with some big names. People believe that he's just that punching bag, but he did go the distance with Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? He almost made it out to the final bell against Gervonta Davis, but Gervonta's such a savage, and he keeps on killing to the last second, so he couldn't make it up out of there. But how do you see this fight, man? I don't see Isak Cruz going in there like a lot of people think and stopping Gamboa. Gamboa, he's slicker than what people give him credit for, and he doesn't have a damn marshmallow type chin under the campfire. You know, I think Isak Cruz will win. I think he'll win just off the work rate alone. But I don't see him going in there washing Gamboa like he did Diego Magnolino.
Yeah. I mean, that was Isak Cruz's virtuoso so far, and it was a quick one. You know what I'm saying? But man, you know, I see. Honestly, I thought before the weigh-ins and shit, I thought that just looking at the two fighters and what they've been doing as of late, I was looking like Cruz is gonna stop this dude. This is a showcase fight for Cruz. You know what I'm saying? This is to put Cruz in with a known name that got some real cachet in the game, but a little older. And at this point, he's an opponent, and we know that because he's been in with They made him an opponent for Tank. They made him an opponent for Devin. So he's on his opponent tour right now, as far as Gamboa goes. But like you said, Gamboa's slick. He got some speed, got a little bit of crack to him. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna stand there and let Gamboa hit you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But Cruz is proven against Tank, for one, solid chin, solid body, solid arms to take some of those punches. And I just don't see Gamboa being able to even do enough to even get
defense,
close to
that
a win.
defense, man. God damn.
Motherfucker held that phone like a nigga in jail, didn't he? He said Cruz held that phone like no other. You know what I'm saying?
Man, he was holding that phone like it was glued, man. Like, damn.
You know? Yeah. So I'm looking at Isak Cruz to go in there and starch this dude, like straight starching, like, you know what I'm saying? Your Uncle Church slacks with the crease. You know what I'm saying? Starching. Cause I think it could get ugly as far as just being underwhelming if Isak Cruz, if it goes 12 and he don't really do nothing. I think that's not a good look for Isak Cruz at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for him to go in there and get that stoppage. And if not a stoppage, knock him down 2, 3, 4 times.
Why you say that though? He headed into the Gervonta Davis fight with a decision.
Yeah. I just think that coming out of that Tank fight and going into a decision where he might appear strong at the beginning and then fade off at the end and let Gamboa make it through without really punishing him, I think that's not a good look for him at this point. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be viewed as underwhelming. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like anything against Isaac Cruz, but just when you look at, all right, like Tank said, you know, A Star Is Born tonight and all of this stuff, I think he got to carry. It's on him, his responsibility to carry that momentum. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think they chose this opponent, because Gamboa ain't gonna run from him. You know what I mean? He might move around, but he ain't gonna run from him. So Gamboa's there to get knocked down at least a couple of times and possibly stopped or knocked out, because Cruz does pack a nice punch and he's strong and solid. So I think it'll be underwhelming if it goes 12 and he don't drop him a couple times. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Jose Venezuela, 11-0. Francisco Vargas, 27-3-2. I think it's going the distance. I don't have much to say about this fight. I like Jose Venezuela's marketability and his style of fighting. I like it, man. You know, he gives you that entertainment value. He really put his punches together and keep the activity rate up. Francisco Vargas, man, he has that experience. He's a vet. He's no pushover. This is going to be a 50-50 fight to me, man. I just don't see Venezuela, no matter what people say, I just don't see him going in there running through this guy, because let me take a look at the he has 7 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? So Jose Venezuela has 7 knockouts and Francisco Vargas has 19 knockouts. So it's set for a pretty interesting fight when you look at it, because Francisco Vargas last fight, we know he lost to who? Isaac Cruz in a unanimous decision. So I don't see Jose Venezuela going in there stopping Francisco Vargas. I don't see it. He went the distance. And when I was looking at this fight with him and Isaac Cruz, I was like, damn, Isaac doesn't have the amount of power, the type of power I thought he did. Or he was just a tough foe.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The reason why I'm saying that is because this dude is 37 years old. Isaac Cruz is damn what? 22? How old is Isaac? Let me see.
Yeah. Oh shit, I'm not sure, but he can't. I don't think he over 25.
I don't think he's over 25 either. I think he's like 22, 23. He's 23, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he's young. And he couldn't stop. He couldn't go in there and put and stop a 37, 36, 37-year-old guy.
And that's what I'm saying about the Gamboa shit. I feel like everybody was kind of looking for Isaac Cruz to stop that dude when they fought, and he didn't. And it was like, all right, you didn't stop him, but you still got the win. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You still got the win. So it was like you couldn't shit on him too much. But I feel as though a Gamboa, who Gamboa gets dropped a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting Cruz at least. Well, he getting up though. He getting up. But I'm looking at Gamboa. You know what I'm saying? He suffered a little injury. He's a lot older now. And, I'm looking for it to be, a good first couple rounds should be cool and interesting, but I'm looking for Isaac to step on the gas on him. But what you think about him coming in a little overweight, 1.5 pounds or 1.2 pounds or something like that overweight? And did he make it eventually within that hour?
Yeah, he did. He made it from what I hear. But I'm looking at it like it's a bit unprofessional. Like, look, that's what happened when you finally come on the scene and they want to give you that pep talk there, Mitch. The pep talk they gave Isaac Cruz after Gervonta Davis fight was like, hey, Star's been born. You got to keep it going. We putting this hell of a card together. We need you on this card. Isaac said, no problem. But when he cashed that check, I believe he was out there eating some shrimp, chicken, filet mignons, and caviar. And then they say, hey, next week, I'm gonna give you a couple of weeks off, but you got to get back in the gym. And then Isaac came in there and he done put on some mad weight because he was enjoying the fine life. You know what I'm saying? That fine living. And for him to come in overweight, I just think he did the Andy Ruiz. He got the money. He enjoyed the shit.
Oh man, that's far. Ruiz folding the pizza in his mouth and shit. No, not a Ruiz.
Yeah, bro. Hey, Chris Areola with Choco Tuesday, bro, and the beers. For real.
I like Chris Areola. I want to see Areola fight again. You know what I'm saying? But that's it on that.
He was over there. He was over there fucking up Andy Ruiz.
Yeah. But hey, listen though, with Isak Cruz, like I agree, you know what I'm saying? It's professional, you gotta be able to do it. But again, he did come back and make it within that hour, so it wasn't a super big problem. Even though I think a pound and 2 ounces is a lot to lose in an hour. You know
It
what I'm saying? So
is.
maybe it was just a misstep in the last couple of days or something to where that happened to him. But I'm looking like Isak Cruz, if you've ever seen him out of camp, he ain't no little. He a big dude. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
for that class.
yeah.
He's a big dude. So and
Look like a mob
that's tough.
hitman or something.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. One of the niggas that got a billy club and shit. Like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I don't. He better come on with it because he get beat the fuck up at 140. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah. He's
yeah.
not a
So
power puncher. You know, he just ran into a guy who just stood up and made him look good in the corner. But he's not that power puncher, dog. He has one gear. He will bring it to you though. He'll bring you that fifth gear, and he'll keep on
yeah,
pressing the gas on your ass. And if you can't handle it, if you don't have a way to break him down and get through that damn defensive that legitimate certified defensive shield he got, then you're gonna have problems
yeah.
because
Defense
that's
with a solid chin too. You know what I mean? His chin
yeah,
is
he got a
okay.
solid chin with the opposition he's had so far. And I don't think. Did you think Javante hit him cleanly several times in that fight? I just never saw it.
I thought Tank touched him clean a few times, but
Okay.
not with the shot that he wanted to. Not with the shot that
Okay.
he wanted to. I think Cruz was looking for that, but I think Tank snuck in a couple slick, solid, clean shots, but it wasn't the
Yeah.
ones that he loaded up on. I think Isak Cruz was waiting for that because he knew he was gonna go out in a tremendous fashion had he did get caught with some shit like that. But I think Cruz he just gotta mix his game up a little bit. He gotta mix his attack up a little bit because I believe in his power. I don't think it's no Mike Tyson type shit. But I think if he could disguise some of his offense and start to try and land cleanly, I think if he lands cleanly, he gonna hurt people he fight at 135. Like I think Cruz will beat the fuck out of Ryan Garcia right now.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
I want
saying?
to
Just
move on.
because
I
he got
I don't
a
feel that
kid.
way, dog. I don't feel he
But
beats the fuck out of Ryan Garcia, dog. I mean, okay, partially. I'll take that back, partially, because Ryan Garcia cannot. Okay, I have to recant that shit. I think he has some success, Ryan Garcia, for his height a little bit. But when Isak starts to bully him and push him against the ropes and bang to the body like he loved to do, I'm curious to
yeah,
know what's going to be the change up for Ryan Garcia, because you just can't keep throwing that lead left hook. You can't keep on just holding
right.
and hoping the referee separates you. He needs to look at what Diego Magdaleno got sitting in the corner against Isak Cruz. Destroyed.
Right. And what we know from Cruz showing us in the Tank fight, the one thing he's gonna be aware of is that fucking left hook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
He gonna prepare for that at least.
That motherfucker be on the phone like T-Mobile.
Yeah. I think Ryan, that speed and that little bit of power that Ryan has, could do something if Ryan catches him on the counter. But again, it'll have to be that way because Ryan is not good going back. Ryan is terrible on his back foot, and Isak Cruz is better on his front foot. You know what I'm saying? So it'll have to be a counter situation unless Ryan just happens to back Isak Cruz up. You know what I mean? But I don't really see that. But fuck that fight.
Appreciate that logic.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Ryan ain't shit. And I think JoJo beats Ryan too. I think Ryan is like the 8th best lightweight or whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Let me get some chats right quick, Mitch. Logic say, definitely salute World Combat Sports. Great channel to kick around opinions without being blocked because of different opinions. Yeah, some people got to go through that, man. But, just like I said, people don't know, man. They just want to pretend and act like they do. But if Ugas beats Spence after Pacquiao, does he become the greatest fighter out of Cuba? That is, I understand it's Friday, Logic. And you must be sipping on what's the good shit they drink over there in Cuba, Mitch? What's the
I
good
don't know
shit
what
they
the
drink?
fuck they do in Cuba. Logic drinking that cheap ass barefoot wine if you thinking shit
No,
like that.
yeah. Logic got some barefoot wine mixed with some motherfucking Moscato. And some goddamn old school. What's that shit? Was it Hypnotic? No,
Hypnotic, hypnotic Alizé.
Alizé. That's what it is. Alizé, nigga. You got some
Drinking that
Alizé all
sugar.
mixed in together and shit, dog. Oh,
That shit gonna have a nasty headache in the morning. All
oh
that
my
damn
God,
sugar.
you gonna have dry mouth like a motherfucking that man. Damn.
Shitting in the morning, fucked up.
Hey, it's streets in DC. I still got motherfucking that shit probably still there throwing up on the streets of DC coming out the strip club. Anyway,
Hey, but that's
D-Ray,
two good wins though. Pac-Man is a great one, and you know Earl is the most recent one, so that's two good wins. But you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know if we could go say he's the greatest out of Cuba, but you know, for that weekend he'll be. For Sunday and Monday he'll be the greatest.
yeah, let's go to Brandon Lee, man. Brandon Lee versus Zachary Ochoa. I think
Yeah,
this fight he's gonna get blasted out in around fourth or fifth round by Brandon Lee.
yeah,
Brandon Lee is 24-0 with 22 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long minute since he went to a decision, dog. I think he's gonna blast Ochoa out, bro.
yeah. Hey, I man, I hate this. I hate to do this because I be doing this to trainers a lot, and I think Bradman is one of the best in the game. Not as far as training. I mean, I'm sure he's a great trainer, but as far as him breaking stuff down and the way he be talking, because I listen to him, I read some of his stuff. Bradman, that dude's amazing. You know what I'm saying? And his IQ on the game, he the fucking man. You know what I mean? But his fighters be going in there getting fucked up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So
I knew you was gonna say that. I was saying, damn, dog, don't do it, Mitch. Don't build up a man and then say his fighters are fucked up.
I mean, they just end up on the wrong side as of late. It's just a recent thing. And I don't know much about this guy that he's got, but I've heard Bradman talk about him, and that didn't put more confidence in me for that guy that he's training right now. I mean, they kind of going under the assumption that Brandon Lee is, you know, he's been built up the right way, but they don't think he's all he's cracked up to be, and this kid's going to challenge him. Okay. And I think that might be true for a couple rounds. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But I'm not really sold on Brandon Lee's power like everybody else is, though. You know what I mean? But I don't see this kid beating him unless this kid just has that virtuoso J-Rock versus Hurd night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know this kid enough to say that he can or can't do that.
It's possible
you know
now.
I mean?
It's possible
it is.
Relive that shit. That was an epic night. I'm still looking for somebody else to do the same thing. Like J-Rock, no one can tell me he can be beat after that. After he beat Jerry Hurd the way he did, I say, man, he can't be fucked with right now. And Jason Rosario just going in and proved me wrong.
But, you know, Rosario, the one thing he got is heavy hands, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be really responsible and not let him touch you with that shit, man. Like, I know that because Charlo, you know, they got hella chins, man, both of them. You know what I'm saying? But when I saw Jermell fight Rosario the way he did, like, he showed a lot of respect for that man. He was making sure he didn't get caught with that shit. You know what I mean? He put a Kell Brook on him a little bit. You know what I mean? Holding him a little bit. I never seen Charlo hold that much. And so I knew Rosario's power was real like that. But ain't much else to him. You know what I'm saying? Just heavy hands. But I didn't see him doing J-Rock like that. That shit kind of came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And J-Rock, you know, J-Rock be going through shit all the time and stuff. So, you know, J-Rock, he got stopped again after that. He was looking like Curtis Stevens after the night he got to his ass. Yeah. So I was like, damn, I hated to see that happen for J-Rock, man. Because he got skills like a motherfucker.
Yeah, he does. Vito Melnicki, Dan Karpinski. and
I
that's
don't give
the
a fuck
last
about
one.
that fight. I'm gonna watch it. I'll watch it if I get home in time. But Vito's supposed to win.
What?
But shit, we'll
Okay,
see.
cool. Yeah, I say Vito supposed to win too. What about Apoche, the one who stepped in there with Glanton, Brandon Glanton? And they had that all out war, man. He's going in this against Adrian Taylor. That's Errol Spence's boy. I heard his punch is so hard that he can punch an egg and the egg won.
Oh shit. I don't know. I'll be watching. I'm not familiar. I'm unfamiliar with those two. But I mean, we'll see what it do. What you think on it? Put me on some game. Shit.
I have to go with Apoche because Apoche is a tough ass fighter. He 11-1. His only loss came to, he stopped my boy Deion Washington. Shout out to Deion Washington, Equalizer. Apoche fought Deion, and then he fought Brandon Gladden. Gladden, man, they had a war. Gladden won. Now, you know, he just continued to move forward to rebound and get himself back in, contention. You know what I'm saying? So he's fighting Adrian Taylor. From what I hear, he's a sparring partner over there in that Texas area or whatever. I heard he was with the Spence clan. Errol Spence spars this guy a lot. Adrian Taylor,
Yeah.
a cruiserweight. He
What
spars
division?
his cruiserweight.
Cruiser. Okay. Cruiser.
Yeah, he's
What
12-1-1.
what round is you think Van Heeren gonna make it through with Conor Ben?
I would say 6 or 7 round. Because we
Okay.
can't look at it like Jerron Ennis and Chris Van Heerden. They fight then end from a headbutt, dog. Yeah, that wasn't a knockout.
Listen, I thought Ennis was getting ready to fuck him up though, to be honest. But like you said, ended in the head. But the little bit of 1.5 or 2 minutes they was in there, yeah, that shit was gonna get ugly. But I don't think Van Heeren has enough to really do anything for Conor Ben, because his bike is, you know what I'm saying, he got shit training wheels on that bitch, flat tires, and he ain't really got no bike like that to really get on. You know what I'm saying? So I think Ben will get to him after a while. But I don't know. I'm not really sold on Conor Ben, to be honest, but I don't think Van Heeren is the guy to do nothing with him.
No, I don't think he's the one to make a statement with Conor. Conor's on a I don't want to use the word tear because
shit.
that would be a little bit too much for the opposition he's been in there with. So I got to go with a paper cut. He's on a paper cut right now. So
yeah,
he's trying to work his paper trail up to a legitimate, conversation that people are saying, hey, Conor Ben, y'all need to start looking out for this guy. He is in the welterweight division now. Y'all start looking out for him. He ain't there yet.
I see a couple 140s coming up that could whoop Conor Ben.
Damn. Name two of them. Who you think? Regis?
For sure. I think Regis can get him. I think Taylor could beat him. I think Ramirez is well enough in the game to be able to pull out a win against Conor Ben, but Ramirez can get hit on that chin though. You know what I'm saying? Ramirez, he can get hurt. And Conor Ben has shown a little bit of crack. I think the Russell kid will be tough for him. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I think Postal will give Conor Ben a run for his money, straight up.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's a couple of them, you know what I'm saying? But again, I don't think Postal will be anything at 147 though. So maybe I have to retract that. I don't think Postal built for 147.
Yeah, they got to be built for the kill, one way or the other, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kirk Ken in the building. World Combat Sports salute. Salute to the wrenches and salute to the chat. Smash the like button. Salute to you, my friend. What is good? Logic on deck. He said, glad to see a midday Conor Ben fight tomorrow. Yeah, man. Do you think Conor Ben win over Algeria is a better victory at welterweight than any on Boots' resume? Now you have to think about this, Logic. You have to think about this. Like, Algeria is a nutritionist, and he's been out for quite some time, right?
Eddie damn near 40.
And yeah, he's old up there. So you're comparing that on Boots' resume. Yes, I gotta say Boots fighting Sergey Lipinets
Yeah,
recently is way different than him fighting Chris Algieri. Come on, man,
easily.
it's different. He just put the beating on Sergey Lipinets for them to stop the fight. But Chris
Yeah.
Algieri, this motherfucker was rolling around the ring like it was acrobatic season. Like
Ah,
the fuck he was
nigga
doing in there,
doing,
dog.
nigga doing little girl tumbling and shit.
Yeah, motherfucking
Hey, Chris,
turtle pirouettes and shit.
but that's what he do though. He get in there and start rolling around and shit.
I mean, he's a nice dude, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, when I meet these dudes, I said, man, they're nice dudes, man. They well respected, you know, and all that. But nah, bro. Seawood
Nah,
on deck. I see you. What's good, Seawood?
Lipinets win way better win than Algeria, man, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's better off asking that about Brandon Rios or whoever the fuck that was moving around from Conor being asked the whole fight. Who was that? Was that Rios?
You talking about who?
Or Conor being not his last fight, maybe the fight before last. Somebody got in there with him. And they thought he was gonna knock him out, and it went the whole round. It went the whole 10 or 12 because the dude was on his bike unexpectedly. You know, one of them Mexicans. I think it was Brandon Rios.
What? Hold up, man. Hold up, man.
It's Conor Ben because he took him the whole fight.
I thought it was somebody different. You might be right, though. You know what I'm saying? You might be right. Let me check this out, though.
If it wasn't Brandon Rios, it was a nigga just like him. You know what I'm saying? Mexican for sure. Latino for sure. And Conor Ben was in the ring. Come on.
Oh no, you talking about Adrian Granados, man? Come on, people
There
just
you
don't
go.
go
There
in
you go. There you go.
Look,
There you go.
Look, you
There you
mixed
go.
up. Adrian Granados was an opponent. Man, come on, dog.
The kid that Danny knocked out and everybody
Yeah,
thought
the
Danny
kid
was
that Daddy knocked out. Hey, look, he
Yeah.
knocked out Brandon Rios and Adrian Granados, dog, and you linked
That's
them
where
up
I was at.
together, dog.
That's where I was at. You know what I'm saying?
He stopped
Granado.
Brandon Rios, and he was the first one to stop Adrian Granados too, man.
Yeah.
DSG. But yeah, he went the distance because that was a tough ass fight for his ass.
Yeah, he was on that bike. They thought he was gonna come straight to him, and he was moving a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Switched the game up on.
That's on my boy Adrian Granados now.
Yeah.
But you link that shit up to goddamn muscle memory and shit, dog.
I knew you would be able to get it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't sure, but you know what I'm saying. One of them motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Tough motherfuckers though.
Seawood said, "Let's get the gloves ready at World Combat Sports." You know it. Ben is on nice European tour. He still has to come to America. Absolutely. That's what the welterweight young guns get their shine against bigger names. Hey, fella, I appreciate you pulling up everybody tonight. Y'all definitely got to jump off it because I got a busy weekend tomorrow. But man, you know, King Mitch, you know what it is, man. I know you're gonna, hold your shield up and talk your shit. So that I ain't worried about nothing you saying. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna talk your shit regardless. So
Off
people need to
top.
understand that's how it's gonna be, man. I ain't gonna try to change anything he got to say, and I'm gonna talk my shit in response. But it brings for conducive boxing content. Shout out to Sir Senior that was on earlier, man. But yeah, I always appreciate you pulling up that Mitch all the time, talk your shit about boxing, give your opinions, and whatever breakdown you have. But yeah, man, we'll be back on here tomorrow, man. For real. And
No doubt. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate the love.
Yeah, no doubt.
I gotta come through. I can't allow no schmut on my name. Shout out to Mark Nash. He was in the chat. So that's all you gotta do to get Mitch on the chat. I can't allow no schmut. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be in Mark Nash chat heavy sometimes. But
I
I
don't know where
appreciate
to
you,
start
Count,
with
man.
that. For sure, man. For sure, man. Until next time, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Big salute, there, Mitch.
No doubt, no doubt. Peace, peace.
Hey, those of you in the chat, man, you know what it is. Salute to you. Thanks for pulling up. Much appreciated. You know, all of you that engaged. You know, if it was just me, I would have been engaging in the comments a lot more. But shout out to Coach Lamont pulled up, Team Crawford, you know, Sir Senior, Logic, Seawood was on deck. Ben Israel pulled up, Jay Smith, Big Demon, Andrew Charles, Jason Williams, Jay Ocho, Trick Noty. Appreciate all y'all, man.